Hi everyone, Tracy's Craft Creative Studios here again, showing you a quick video on how I make my lids for my vessels. So this was a new candle vessel that I brought. I haven't poured the vessel yet, but I wanted to show you how I make the lid out of silicone. I did a video previously on how I put my logo inside the mold, so that when you cast your pieces you have your logo on your lid. But this one I'm not going to put my logo because I wanted to use a transparent printed logo on this lid because it's nice and big and round. So I'm just going to show you a video of how to make the lid with the silicone rubber. So a couple of things you're going to need. You need your lid, of course, a container to set your mold in. You need a container that fits your lid in here, but you also need to have some extra space around to house your mold. You want it to be in the center. You need a cup for your silicone to mix your silicone in. You need your silicone, of course. I use Resin silicone rubber, part A, part B silicone. You mix them together 1-to-1 ratio and pour. So I'm going to show you how to do that today. And you also need a glue gun or adhesive to hold your piece down inside your container. Make sure it's in the center. I think mine is a little off. You don't need a whole lot of glue in here. You just want it so that it doesn't rise out of the silicone when you cast it. You want it nice and centered. You don't want it to fall out. Alright, so that's done. Now you're going to mix your silicone. You need something to stir with. Now I said before I never use, measurements. So I just, buy the containers that has the measurements on them. And I pour, following these measurements easy. Because I'm not good with math, so this is how I do it. So I'm going to pour, this is a big lid, so I'm thinking maybe 400. So I'm going to pour part 1, 200, part 2 to 400. This is some silicone I had left over from previous, and I cut off the tops of the bottle You know, you let it sit so that you get all of your material in the bottom there. It's easy to get out. If not, you have to keep it upside down for too long. It takes too much time. So this is easier for me. Dump it in there. Try to get as much out as you can. You don't want to waste your product. So that was part B that I just poured in there. And I'm going to need it to be up to, if you can see, to the 200 mark, which is the last line here. So you're going to get your part B. Almost there. Okay, so that's 200. And then you're going to pour in part A. That is it too. So we're going to need a little more to get it up to 400 mark. Okay. And you mix. Make sure you mix this well, get all the corners, scrape the bottom of the container, because this stuff is white, so you can't really tell when it's all mixed in. So give it a couple of stirs, make sure. I love this Lex Resin silicone rubber because they hardly ever get bubbles, and it sets really nice. And you don't need no releasing agent, anything. You just pour it on there, half an hour time, you demold, and that's it. And you don't want to stir too wildly to create bubbles. Stir firm, but gently to get it all mixed in. With this silicone rubber tool, I always use plasticky containers because the cleanup afterwards is easy. You just let it dry and then peel it out. It works well with glass containers too. Alright, let's stir that for a couple of minutes. You can feel it starting to thicken up a little bit. And you pour. Just pour in one straight line and just let the silicone flow over your piece. And you want to bring it a little bit, like an inch or half an inch above your actual lid to give your mold some structure. Okay. And leave it alone and let it sit. Now I still have a lot of silicone in here, so I'm gonna find something to use this with because I don't want to waste it. I make jewelry, so I'll make a couple of charm molds or something real quick. So I'll come back a little while and let you guys see how it sets and how the demolding. So I'll see you in a bit.